Hi guys, so Glenn and I have decided to make this video today. We are just over 11 months sober, and Glenn is having a brain fart. He's struggling at the moment, yeah? Let's talk about it.
So, just for the record, anyone who can be bothered watching this, I don't particularly want to talk about this. This is Steph's idea, because I'm right in the middle of the void, the big black hole, wanting everything, and obviously I don't want to listen to someone who's talking sense. So I don't particularly want to make this video. So, fire away, Steph.
Well, I want to know where you're at, because it wasn't long ago you made your 11-month video, and you were saying the same as you've always said, life has never been better, you're doing great, drink is done, you've put that to bed. You've had issues over the last 11 months from time to time with the void, if you know, whatever you want to call it, chocolate, cigarettes, whatever. But this seems to be, am I right in saying this is the worst it's been since getting sober? The way you're feeling right now? The way you've been feeling the last few days?
It's not as bad as it has been since I started getting sober. The early days I had some pretty bad times, but yeah, I would say if we're looking over 11 months, I would say definitely 4 months plus. I've kind of ridden the pink fluffy cloud that we used to talk about. Not that I was on that cloud, because I obviously I don't sort of believe in that, but everything was really good. And right now it just feels like fucking arse has dropped out of everything. And I'm not too sure why or how. And it's caught me a little bit off guard, if I'm honest, because I've been so steady for so long. I've forgotten all these feelings I used to get now and again. And I mean, all I can tell you is, as we said or I said on my last video, I picked up smoking, and that seemed to fill the hole for me for 3 months or whatever it was. And then obviously we decided I had to stop, which I've been stopped, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks or whatever it is. And I think I've had this brain fart started around about that time, or maybe slightly just before. And it comes in many guises, as I've found in my drinking career or whatever. But it kind of starts somewhere, but it kind of morphs into different feelings, as it were, and different problems as the days goes on.
But I thought you were fine around the time you quit smoking. It seems to me.
I think I was. I think I was. It was after that. I just had that want again. I guess we all know what that wanting feeling is. I need to fill that hole, and as I say, it's come in many guises. Obviously, it was cigarettes initially, and then you quit that, and after 3 or 4 days, or maybe 3 days, the smoking had kind of gone. It was completely out of my system. I wasn't wanting one, but the food, crap eating, unhealthy eating's been bad for that amount of time as well, and a little bit of food binging in there as well. Just stuffing with chocolate and stuff when you're not even hungry. Just again, just try to fill that void. Some new ones though. I had one at the weekend which was really weird. It's on my motorbike, wanting to go as quick as I could. Kind of thrill seeking to fill the hole, which I've never really had before. And that was a little bit odd, because that obviously can be quite dangerous. And on Saturday morning, even before I'd got the bike out, I'd already decided I was going to go as quick. I was going to set like a new record on my bike for how quick I've been on it, no matter what. that's an odd thing to do.
Stupid.
You know, very stupid, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit like drinking. It was already done. It's too late. You know, it's like by the time you go to the shop and you pick that bottle up, it's too late and that's the same. By the time I got my motorbike out, it was done. And it did. I won't say how fast I went, but I went ridiculously fast, and it filled that hole. And I came back, and I was calm again. But every day it's been a little bit worse, and I'm just really struggling to kind of tolerate. I can't say that word. Tolerate anything. I'm being really picky with stuff. And then yesterday, suicidal thoughts again, which I thought I was done with those.
Well, this is why I wanted to make this video, because I know you keep saying you're not going to actually do anything, and it's not something to actually worry about. But I'm, you know, you're my friend. I'm not gonna just let that go. You say something like that, even if it's just in passing, you know, comment like, this is kind of what I'm thinking or feeling. It has to be addressed. You mentioned you mentioned someone. Sorry to interrupt you, but you mentioned like someone recently who's been like getting on your nerves, and saying that that's contributing to it. And my thinking is like, oh, I could see wanting to like punch somebody in the face, or like having aggressive feelings towards someone who's annoying you, but you're actually like internalizing it and feeling like you just want to like give up.
I don't want to overemphasize this suicidal thing, because it's not. I wouldn't consider myself suicidal. I wouldn't say I've got suicidal tendencies or anything like that. It's just I'm quite open to view suicide in my head as a way out of whatever. That's as far as it goes. I'm not. I don't think. Well, I can't imagine me ever doing anything about that. But yeah, I just see it as a way out, which is a terrible way of thinking. Because it's not as if things are that bad. You know, it's not as if I've got this horrendous life that I need to get out of. You know, it's crazy. It's just this brain fart that comes along, and I don't know. I mean, I'm in exactly the same place now that, you know, I had been in the past with drink, but this time it's just not drink, and I don't think it ever would be drink again. Just the way I kind of think about drink now, I really do believe I won't relapse on drink again, because I've kind of got the tools in my head now that they keep it completely separate away from these brain farts. It's not, even if I think about going there and think about having a drink, it just doesn't do anything for me. It's just like, it's actually just not an option. And that's not to say I want a drink. I honestly don't. I don't have an opinion on drink either way anymore. That, it'd be nice or it'd be horrible. I don't even think like that. I just don't go near it. It doesn't. Does that make sense?
It does, and I understand that. And I'm actually not even concerned about your sobriety. That's not the thing
I'm
concerned about. I'm concerned
but this is what I'm
about your
saying.
state of
But
mind.
what I'm saying, yeah, totally. And this is what I'm saying, because so the drinks. I don't know why I've got my hand doing this. I'll need to put that down. The drink side of it is not, but where I am now is that full blown, almost addiction part of us that, you know, want something, must have something now, and it's mad. You know, I could. I'm not gonna, but an hour ago I could have had a cig. You know, I thought she'll just buy a packet of fags and just see if that gets rid of it. You know, and then we'll stop again. Because obviously I found stopping quite easy.
You did that time, but you won't the next time.
Yeah, totally.
It's no different.
But that's the mind games you play. That's obviously the mind games you play with yourself. Well, you stopped last time, dead easy. So just go back on it for a week or two, and then you can stop again next time. It's all false promises that we make ourselves. But then obviously food binges and.
Well, and the food thing is another. You know, when you stray from your plan of healthy eating, it's so easy to go, I'll have another day of eating crap. I'll start again, because you're very bad for this. Planning, right? Okay, Monday is when I'm going to start with the healthy eating, so to hell with Saturday and Sunday, instead of just going, no, right now, this minute, today, I'm going to just take care of my body and be healthy. I'll wait till Monday, and it gives yourself the excuse and the room to just say fuck it.
That Sunday night, I never told you. That Sunday night, I'd been saying all last week to you, but obviously starting the new job on Monday, that I needed a little bit of time to get off the shit eating and get back onto 1, 2, or possibly 3 days. I've got a magic number 3 days in my head I always use, where I'll do something for 3 days, and you're kind of in that routine then. And that was supposed to be it from Friday. Just eat healthy, don't binge, and drink plenty of liquids, what have you. And I was supposed to do that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then start my job on Monday. But in actual fact, I was gorging, and it got worse right up till Sunday. And what I never told you is, I ended up going to the supermarket. I had a takeaway all 3 nights, nasty big takeaways. And even on Sunday, when I'd made up my mind I was going to be good, wasn't good at all. That Sunday morning, I didn't tell you anyways. That Sunday morning, I had my normal breakfast, which was 3 slices of brown toast with peanut butter, which in itself is okay. But after that, I just got that urge, and I got a full packet of biscuits. Went and made a coffee, which I don't drink tea coffee, just so I could dunk them. I sat there. I did a full packet of normal biscuits and 3/4 of a pack of ginger nut biscuits, all dunked in the same big pot of tea.
You told me you had a couple of biscuits.
Yeah, a couple of packs. You didn't ask for detail.
And how did that make you feel?
Initially, when you're doing it, it feels good because you're doing it. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know, dunking biscuits isn't particularly filling for me. Not that I do it, it's something I would never do.
Filling, like void filling, or?
No, as in
filling.
tummy filling, yeah. But the void, it did fill the void, short term. But yeah, and then I just kept eating a little bit of shit, and then we had a big Chinese, I think, and then I went and I said I wanted these chocolate, different types of chocolate. We're doing these bags at the supermarket, and it's that overbuying stuff where I said, I'll just have one, and that would have been bad enough. But I ended up saying I'll get 2, but in actual fact I ended up telling her I'd get 3. And the idea was just I'll have a bag left over, but I can nibble on the next day should I need to. Anyway, 9 o'clock that night I'd done all 3 bags. I did them in about 40 minutes. I opened one and just douche. And you know how terrible it is when you're doing it. You're like, why am I doing this? And I went and got a second bag. And the funny thing is when you're doing it, all the normal feelings you have about the sickliness of chocolate or the sugar and all that, I don't get that. Everything just shuts off and you just fucking throw it in. You don't feel sick with it. Or I don't, And I went through and got that 3rd bag. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Polished off. Literally 2,500, 3,000 calories in 3 bags in like 40 minutes, on top of a big dirty fat Chinese takeaway. But obviously, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say it's exactly the same thing as my eating disorder, with the exception of you don't purge after.
Yeah.
Because I do the same. I haven't done. I'm in remission or
that's next for me.
Or whatever my bulimia. But when I was bulimic, yeah, I could eat a takeaway and 3 big packs of biscuits, but all the while I'm eating, I'm knowing that in 5 minutes I'm going to go throw it all up. So then I don't have to worry about this.
That sounds great to me. I like that.
Yeah, it's the get out. It's a pass. It's the get out of jail free card while you're doing it. It takes away the guilt of doing it because you're going to get rid of it all. It's horrible though. It's a trap you don't want to get in.
No, I've not thought about it like that.
But what I'm saying is the binging, the dopamine rush and the high you get from the binging. Yeah.
It's powerful. It's very powerful.
But I don't want to just do a video talking about like the problem. Let's talk about the solution. So you're having this wanting to fill the void and the addictive voices coming back and saying do this, do that. It's not working. It gives you temporary relief, but it doesn't actually fix the problem. So what, from everything you've said so far about the depression, well, not depression, but the feeling the gloom and doom, the suicidal thoughts, whatever, it's not circumstantial. It's not because, when you made your 11-month video, life was great. Same life. Nothing's changed. And then suddenly, a few weeks later, it's doom and gloom. So it's not the circumstances of your life. It's something internal that's going on, that you're suddenly looking at everything around you as being shit. And as I was saying to you earlier, I had the same thing a few days ago, not nearly to that extent, but just having that thought of like, isn't it funny that the same life I had last week, which I was all like feeling positive about and everything's great, a few days later you can feel like everything sucks, everything's shit, nothing's going to work out, everything's going to be crap. It's a matter of perspective, but it's not even necessarily something we have that much control over, how to look at things. It's like something kind of comes in and takes over you and goes, oh no, all this that seems really great, it's really shit. And you're like, yeah. So how do you get out of it? How do you turn it around?
For me, normally, or in the past, you just kind of got to fight it head on, and it will, air quote, but it will pass. I mean, I'm not really worried about it, because it's the worst it can do is make me eat or pick up a fag. That's the worst it's going to do. I'm not going to kill myself.
Unless you decide to go off on your bike again and go too fast.
I'm not going to drink.
You're not going to address that?
Yeah. I think I've got to a speed now where it would be very difficult to go much faster on roads. So I think I've kind of ticked that box for now, daft as that sounds. Although on the 17th of October, when we celebrate 12 months, I have got a booked session on a runway to get flat out legally. That'd be cool. Oh, do you want to hear something really fucked up? So this is more for, I told you, but this is more for anyone who's listening, viewing. I had a thought this morning so basically I was at work this morning, and everything in my head was just telling me, you do not want to be here, get out. Everything was doom and gloom, and it wasn't just work, it was everything was just so shit. And this thought came into my head when we were driving somewhere about getting on the bike and going as fast as you can on a motorway when it's quiet and trying to hit a new speed. And then obviously if you came off and died, it'd be like almost a win-win. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? But I do know it's fucked up. And it's not something I give a lot of thought to. It's just these thoughts pop into my head. So in order to come through it, I don't know. It's really funny because when I give people a hard time for relapsing on the drink, and it's like, well, did you do this? Did you do that? And 9.9 times out of 10 they never have. And that's kind of where I'm at with you, because although this is not a drink relapse as such, it's like I know everything. I don't want to hear anything you're telling me, because I just want to fuck off and go in my own little world and just, no, you fuck that, you stay there and just let me fuck off. I'm doing all right. I'm not going to drink, but I don't want to hear all your shit on what I should be doing. And it's mad, and that's what we kind of all go through. Now, obviously, if I was going to relapse with drink, this would be a huge problem, which I understand. And I'm not saying it isn't a huge problem. No. You think this is a bigger problem than I do.
No, I don't. Because I've had those thoughts before. I do understand the suicidal type thoughts. I've had those thoughts before myself, but only during drinking, not when I was sober. I can sometimes get very doom and gloom and life sucks and whatever, but I don't have those thoughts. I had suicidal thoughts every day for years when I was drinking, but as soon as I got sober, that went away. So that's partly why I'm concerned, but I don't want this video to be so negative. The point I think I want us to try and make is what you just said a few minutes ago, that this will pass. I think that needs to be the whole point of this, because that has been a major lesson for me in sobriety. that when things are shit, when you're just feeling down about your life, or if there's actual circumstances in your life that suck, or whatever the situation is, it will pass. And you'll either the circumstances will change and things will get better, or you're going to feel differently about the situation or just about your life in general. If you just relax and, try and just let time go by, it's going to pass.
Or I'll do something about it, and I'll make changes to make it better.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not at that level yet, though. But it could come, yeah. Whether it's job or I don't know, whatever it is.
But I am concerned about the motorbike thing, and only because it's like.
Don't be.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's like when you say things like, "Oh, I could just have a cigarette, or I could binge on food." Yeah, you could, but that's like the difference between committing suicide and slow suicide of drinking yourself to death. It's a slower process. I mean, yeah, you could smoke a little bit and then quit, but you're harming yourself. It's self-harm. Binging the way that you have done recently, or smoking, it's just self-harm. So you need to look at why you're doing that and what can you do differently to change either the situation or how you feel about it. And just taking the steps to take care of yourself could actually make you feel better. And I know you find that hard to do, especially if it's not within the time frame that you've set for yourself, like Monday I'm going to start whatever. Just when you're feeling like that and you're actually like going to the shop to buy biscuits and things, stop. Call someone, call me, ask for people in your house to be more accountable, to help you, that make a pact ahead of time, just like I had to do with my husband with the drink. So instead say, look, if I say go and buy these biscuits, don't buy me a salad, get some vegetables, just do something different so that you can actually change your mind in that moment about the situation.
Yeah. I totally agree. Although Sunday, right up till Sunday, was a complete write-off. Monday and Tuesday that we're on today has been fine. Obviously, it's not been that much of a struggle, but obviously I've eaten properly yesterday and today, which is okay. Which is okay. I just need to carry that on now.
But what I mean is, does that make you feel better about everything?
It will make me feel better. It's just I'm still, because I've had two, I don't know how many, it's all a blur. Because I've had 2 weeks of shit eating, and obviously that ended up with me putting on half a stone, 7 pounds, which obviously really messes with my head.
I know.
Even though, I chose to do it.
I didn't want to bring that up, but I do want to, I'm not trying to be hard on you, but when you look back at your first, not your first video, but the video of this sobriety time, your day one, you talked about how your weight was a major, major part of your problem. That for you, it wasn't about just getting sober. You also needed to start eating healthy and losing some weight, because that was a huge part of it for you.
Totally, but I've surpassed what I wanted to do and more. It's not a problem, but I think that's why.
You think it's giving you like some wiggle room to like fuck around and eat the way you want?
Yeah. It's giving me a get out of jail card. Well, it hasn't, but it psychologically has. Because obviously, I wanted to, at 12 months, I wanted to be in the 16 stones, where with a month to go, I actually got into the high 14 stones, so I blew it out of the water. And then obviously, when I weigh myself, so my last lightest weighing, I was 14 stone, 13 pounds. And then when I weighed myself on Friday, I was just slightly over 15 stone 7. So, about 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds, which is a lot of weight to put on quite quickly. And it's like, fuck me, that's shit. But when I'm to myself, I'm like, fuck me, you're still only 15.5 stone. And it's that silly thinking.
So the first thing that we kind of touched on as being a major way to get out of this funk is this will pass, and just letting kind of time do its thing and pass. But also, making actual steps to change how you're feeling. So, remember you were meditating for a while, and that was really helping you. You stopped doing it. Healthy eating, that it's actually going to pull you out of the funk you're in, at least a little bit. And I'm not trying to beat you up and give you a hard time, but I'm going to. Exercise. You know how good it feels to go, and it's not about burning a certain number of calories. It's just the way it makes your body feel, the endorphins, whatever, to exercise. And for you, it really kind of kills two birds with one stone. You're on the right path to lose some of the weight.
So I kind of am doing that.
What?
Ish. I kind of am doing that. So obviously I've done.
You're kind of doing that how?
Well, for 2 days I've curbed the eating, and I'm kind of back on track to how I was.
Okay.
So that's like 48 hours. So that's good, and obviously I plan to continue that tomorrow. The job I'm doing is quite manual. It can be quite manual in places. So I'm kind of putting extra effort into that part of it.
Yeah.
I'm just moving. I'm just being a lot more physical than I have to be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm addressing that. I'm not going to get home and jump on the treadmill because just my head won't allow me to do that for some reason. But anyway, don't worry about that because it's just not going to happen. But yeah, so as I say, that's two things. And that's a lot more physicality than I've been doing, or physical exertion, and the eating. So that's two things. And obviously, it does take time. It does take a couple of days. Although it comes quickly, it goes quickly as well. But it could be over 2 or 3 days. So just Tuesday's nearly over. We'll get through the rest of the week, and we'll probably see where we're at on Friday again. Friday, yeah, I might, if it's no better, which I don't believe it will be, but if it is no better, then yeah, I might have to look at doing some bits of meditation, possibly if my brain's still racing away, which is not too bad at the moment. And maybe killing a bit of exercise over the weekend as well.
Well, I think that just like with drinking, and the reason why so many people struggle to get sober is it's just not quite bad enough yet. You have to reach a point of suffering enough that you're like, I'm so fed up with feeling the way I'm feeling, and it has to stop. And that's the point that I was at when I got sober. I was just so sick and tired of being sick and tired that I wanted to die.
Good line. It's a great line.
It is a great line, but it's true. And you're not there yet. Like you're falling into a bit of a funk, but you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Are you actually at that point?
Sometimes I like wallowing.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think you're wallowing, because I think if you were sick and tired of having thoughts of suicide, or sick and tired of feeling like shit, sick and tired of the binging, you would be like, right, draw a line in the sand, and that's it. And
so this is great, because this is this shit now that a lot of us go through. I'm listening to this shit come out of your mouth, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to this, because I know you're absolutely bang on, but I'm like, oh, fuck off, don't want to see this, don't want to listen to this.
All I'm saying is keep wallowing if you want to wallow.
You're back, yeah.
Wallow away. But when you're ready to get your shit together, come on. Look, when I got sober, because I was near death with it, I had to throw everything at it.
So dramatic. Sorry, viewers, this is Steph trying to place top drunks on alcoholism. She thinks she was a bigger drinker than me.
I was.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Can I make my point, please?
Sorry.
The point is, I had to throw everything at it. So it was, the meditation, the exercise, the reading, the listening to guided meditations, and listening to podcasts and interviews, and like just everything I could throw at it 24/7. Every waking moment I was doing everything I could because I was so afraid of going back to the misery that I was in. If you're not miserable enough with how you're feeling right now, you're not going to do anything but wallow. But when you're ready to stop feeling the way you're feeling, then it'll be not just getting your eating back on track, but some seriously fucking healthy eating, and exercise every day regardless of whether you want to or not, and meditation every day whether you want to or not, and drawing a line in the sand about various things like not having certain food in the house, and just everything, just this, like line it all up. You're going to do all these things and make all these changes and throw everything at it.
You're right.
And it becomes a habit too.
Sorry?
It becomes a habit. Like I never in my life imagined that I would be the sort of person that if I was in a bad mood or, feeling shit, or that I would want to go work out. That's how I fill my void now. if I'm really in a bad place, I cannot get my running shoes on fast enough. And that's not me. That's not the me that I've always been my entire life. I would go to food, or I would go to alcohol, I'd go to drugs, I'd do anything else. And now it's...
So I'm interested, and don't take this the wrong way,
okay.
But you do appear to be talking down to me slightly about alcoholism right now. I'm not arguing with you. This is just how you were talking then. I think we need to talk about this a little bit more. So, you've got all your shit together. No, which is fine. You have. Okay. I had all my shit together. You kind of forgot about this. This is how it feels to me. Up to very recently, I had all my shit together, and it was fine. The bubbles burst slightly, and I have some seepage, leakage, whatever the words are, of all the shit stuff coming in and good stuff going away. But this is only short term. But the way you're wording it, it's like, oh, you know, I've done all that stuff, and
done all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, hang on.
Like
so
meditation.
I'm talking about the meditation, the exercise, the healthy eating. You're saying it's a way of life. I'm saying I use it more as I've spoken about in other videos. It's like this stuff I use as it's like an autopilot for me, and I'll use them when I need them.
Use what?
Okay, but all I'm saying is don't expect just because of the way I'm feeling. At the end of the week, I'm not going to be like levitating on the floor and with a lettuce in my mouth. Well, I'm going to say running on a treadmill, but you couldn't really run if you were levitating, could you?
I know, but the way you're coming across is like, okay, if I get to the point where I really feel like I need to meditate, I'll do it. But meditation or any sort of daily practice to get yourself, in a mental and emotional and physical, good place is a habit. It's something you have to do every day. It's what you're saying sounds to me like going to the dentist and saying like, but I did clean my teeth and floss that one day back in October. No, that does it has to be every day for it to be cumulative and work. You can't just go, well, I did that. Meditation is not something you try once and then, yay, I've meditated, I'm good now. You have to do it every day.
I agree. I don't see why this is really applicable to me on this video right now.
Because you went through a period of time where you were meditating every day and you felt it really helped you.
No. But you've missed a big chunk of that. So I did meditate for quite a long time in my world, and I learned what I needed to learn about what meditation was for me.
Which was?
About calming my brain and controlling my thoughts and quieting the noise down.
Okay. And
I understood that. And then because I was able to do that, I didn't actually have to meditate, and it came down automatically because it gave me automatic control of my thoughts. And if my head or my brain, my thought process started to race away, I could bring it back very quickly, and I didn't need to go do a 10-minute meditation.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is, I don't think I need to go over full what you're saying and really get back into it. I just think I need to possibly rekindle it. I think it's a good word. Yeah, I agree. That's about. I think that's possibly what I might need to do. But I also think that I'm just going to come out of this in the next, 2, 3, 5 days. I just think I'll come out of it automatically.
I think you will too, but I think the point is preventing needless suffering in the future, Well,
the interesting part is, isn't it? If we were talking about me struggling with a drink, it'd be fucking life-threatening right now. But I'm not classing this other stuff in the same category, not even in the same league, not even the same game. That's the interesting part for me.
But it's the same void you're trying to fill.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But if it was drinking we were talking about, that'd be a disaster. But for me, the way I'm like, it's cigs, it's food, it's whatever it is. It's not. Although it is a big deal, it's not. It's all short-term stuff that you can put right quite quickly.
My concern is, though, right now it's not alcohol. You feel like you've put that to bed. It's never going to be an option again. But if you're having those thoughts and you're talking about how you're trying to fill the void with riding your motorbike really fast and with eating and whatever, what's going to happen if next weekend you're still feeling like shit, you're sat there, and then suddenly the thought comes, maybe I could get a half.
Well, no, you're right. You said it already. I will. If we get to Friday or Saturday and I'm still feeling like this, then I'll step it up a level, which for me would be the exercise the next thing. When I would go kill myself with a massive hike, a massive cycle, and really drain myself, which it works for me. You know, I like that. When I say drain myself, kill myself, I'm being a bit dramatic, but really push myself to a limit and do something big. And that does, that does release the chemicals and whatever. But I'm just saying, I
guess the point I'm trying to make is, so does 20 minutes a day. You're saying, like, I can't come home from work and do 20 minutes on the treadmill because my brain won't let me do that. I exercise every day, but I don't kill myself every day. I do sometimes, on average, probably 20 minutes.
Maybe I'm just too lazy to do that. I'm being totally honest with you. I can't be bothered.
I get it. There are times when I can't be bothered either, but it's because
there's not times. I just cannot be bothered. When it comes to weekend, yeah, that's easy. But on a working day, on a weekday, I just doesn't float my boat. Which is shit. Yeah, I know. It's shit. But no matter whatever you say to me, I'm not going to do it.
The only point I'm trying to make is to get to a point where you're living the kind of life you want to live. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying, like, in general, for a person, you think, I want to be happy and I want to, feel good and just generally have a happy life. And you ask yourself, well, what does that mean? What does that look like? Okay, it means, being fit and healthy and taking good care of myself with exercise and healthy eating and all that. If you get in the habit of consistently doing that every day, even when you don't feel like it, it becomes not only a habit, but it becomes the thing you want to do.
I agree. Totally. And I've said it before while I've been in that zone. But because I'm outside that zone right now, I don't want to listen to you. But I know you're speaking the truth. And I know how great I feel when I am in that zone. And I am doing all the right things. So, small steps. I went off the boil for whatever reason. Do you know what? Maybe this shit just happens to us. Mm-hmm. You said that right at the beginning. Maybe this isn't self-inflicted. Maybe this fucking shit just does come back and bite us every now and again.
I don't think it's self-inflicted at all. I do think that's exactly the point I tried to make at the beginning, that for me, when I had my little brain fart, whatever you want to call it, I don't love that term you use, but whatever, where I had several days where I was like on top of the world, my life was great, and then the same life 3 days later, I was like doom and gloom. So yeah, that just happens, and I don't think it just happens to people with addictive personalities, or what. I think it happens to everyone. That's just life. But I think that there are habits you can get into and lifestyle changes you can make so that not only are those down times not as bad, but not as damaging, because your go-to isn't going to be 3 packs of biscuits. It's going to be a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the same out of it. Plus some.
But when you're out of that zone, you don't think like that. You don't want to think like that. You want to hurt yourself, almost. You want to punish yourself. I'll show me by eating a load of biscuits and not exercising and ordering fucking shit Chineses or whatever. It's self-harming is the best way to describe it. I don't know. I'm because I'm right in the middle of it right now. I'm struggling to talk about it and why it happens and whatever. I don't know. But it came out of the blue, and it'll go pretty quickly as well. But
okay, so you're not worried about drinking, and your plan for the foreseeable future to deal with this is just to kind of wait it out.
Well, I've taken control of the eating.
I was going to say,
sorry.
And you're getting back on track with eating.
Yeah, I would see what I feel like on Friday. Obviously, I know it takes a bit of time, so I'm doing the exercise bit of the eating, as we've said. So I'll see kind of where I'm at Friday then, and if I'm not better, or if I'm in the same place, then yeah, I will definitely Friday night or Friday evening put some meditations in place, just 10-minute ones, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, just because I do find it easy over the weekend for some reason. That's how I work. But I'll also put in exercise as well, working out.
Sorry, I was just gonna say you also tend to eat a bit more crap on the weekends.
Yeah. Perhaps not this weekend because I know what kind of situation I'm in. I will probably be a little bit more controlled. I wouldn't go do a packet of biscuits this weekend.
No, I'm talking about the takeaways, like 3 takeaways in a row.
Yeah, but again, that's not what I normally do. I normally have a takeaway on a Saturday evening. It's usually one a week. When I'm doing all right, ticking all the boxes, which is fine. You know, I don't even class it as a cheat. It's something I do because I don't. It's not like a diet I'm on. It's just sort of an eating plan that works for me. But anyway, yeah, I don't. If I ate badly this weekend, it's because I've thrown the towel in again, which would be bad. You know, and it'd be like that. Fuck it, and I don't want to be in that zone.
I don't want to lecture you about it, and I don't want to. And I feel like I'm coming across as being this like holier than thou. Like I do it this way, and this is the way.
Listen, when you've got your shit together, people should shout about it because it's important. I do, because it's awesome when you've got your shit together. But unfortunately, it doesn't last forever, and we are going to have these little farts. But yeah, shout from the rooftops about it.
I don't think I've got my shit together, but I do.
No, but you're all right. Well, you're in a good place. That's what I meant. Yeah, it's important. I made a video ages ago about celebrating good days, and I think it's true. I think obviously that was more in the early days, but yeah, I think when you're in a good place, it's nice to celebrate it. But equally, this is why we decided to make this video tonight, because it's not often when someone's in the position I'm in right now where they'll put themselves out there, and I don't know how this is going to come across. If it's designed. The idea was to help people, but I don't know if it's going to help people or piss people off. But I've got this big wide gaping void that needs filling, and I'm right in the middle of that process right now. So anyway, I think we've talked it to death for now. Let's see what the next couple of days bring.
Well, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Steph. Much appreciated.